No Man's Sky is set to release for the Nintendo Switch October 7th of this year, and it really got me thinking. I was kind of hyped for this release, but now I'm a little not sure. I mean, going back when the game first launched in 2016, it was an interesting game. Overpromised, underdelivered at the time. Sean Murray of Hello Games, I mean, he probably should have kept a little quiet during all that press that he did, the interviews he was doing, because while I did enjoy the game when it first launched, it did kind of grow stale, and then certain things within the game, it was like, wait, where's this? I saw all this hyped up in videos and all the talks that he had put out there, and where's the online multiplayer, right? For a game with procedurally generated planets and plant life and animals, aliens, terrain, planets, the whole thing, over, 18 quintillion planets that could be discovered. What would be the chances of running across somebody? But hey, it was still something that was promised, right? And we didn't have that multiplayer at first, but it all kind of, got fixed over the years. The game's been out for nearly 6 years now, and it's one that I go back to quite often. I really dig the idea of, infinite space and the unknown and stuff like that. That's why I really dig this game. And while it didn't launch exactly the way a lot of us hoped, it eventually turned into more, in my opinion, than what we were initially promised with all the different updates that had been put out. But I kind of wonder, I want to talk about something with the Nintendo Switch version that's coming out and why I may be passing on it. But I recall seeing this not too long ago, a couple months ago, how Sean Murray, the managing director and co-founder of Hello Games, is talking about a new game that they're working on, and how it's not a sequel to No Man's Sky, but it's just as ambitious. And I think he may have to, not talk too much about this game, during the process of it being developed, to not get into that same hole he did with No Man's Sky. He stated with this interview with IGN, for a while now, we've been working on something pretty ambitious in the background. It's a small team, but we like it that way. Hopefully not getting in over your head with this one, right? So he states, similar to No Man's Sky, it's the kind of project that even if we had 1,000 people working on it, it'd still seem impossible. I don't know what to think about that. It's teetering on that line of extreme hype type of thing, but he hasn't gone into any details, so can't really throw any shade at him comparing to the launch of No Man's Sky, because we don't even know what this game is. He's just saying it would seem impossible, but I think he's got to maybe be careful talking about this game in the future, going forward as they get further along with it, to not overpromise and underdeliver, right? But the Switch version of No Man's Sky, like I said, it's coming out October 7th, which when I first heard this was coming out, I was like, you know what? That would be cool. No Man's Sky on the go, handheld. It could be like, get ready to fall asleep in bed and pick it up and, play some No Man's Sky. I don't know, just the convenience, you know what I mean? I figured it's most likely not going to run as well. It's not going to look as good as other consoles, but you know what? Maybe they'll make it work, right? And it seems like maybe they're getting there, right? So launching October 7th, there's going to be a physical edition. They're also, I believe, launching a physical edition for the PS5 at that time as well. And then there's some images and there's some video content as well. Yeah, PS5 version. No Man's Sky will be available digitally and physically worldwide at all good retailers. Through our partners Bandai Namco, physical release PS5 will also be available for the first time. So you're getting 6 years of content. From what I understand, the latest update, which there's been I think, don't quote me, I may have my count off, but I believe there's somewhere between 25 to 28 updates since May 25th, going back to the launch of the game. There's been well over 20 updates, but I believe Expedition 7 Leviathan is not part of the Switch package. Outlaws, it's supposed to be up through Outlaws, which was right before this update. So this is just like an Expedition. I'm sure it'll come. I don't know. But the Switch version, 6 years of content from 20 updates. Well, they say 20 updates. When I counted, I think I read, is it on Wikipedia? Let me take a look. Yeah, they have all the updates listed here. I don't know if, yeah, Leviathan Expedition is 3.90, and it says all the way up through Outlaws. So maybe something here, because I believe when you count it, it's quite a few. Maybe they're skipping a few. Oh, VR definitely is going to be skipped. Next Generation skipped, because those are PS5. No Man's Sky next. Okay, so there's going to be a few of them that are skipped because they're like content for specific consoles or updates type of thing. So yeah, okay. That's fine. That's fine. 6 years content from 20 updates. Got it. So it's going to continue with the ongoing development post-launch. Here's a little video that they have posted here. I don't know if this is like in-engine on the actual Switch or if this is like simulated. But from just looking at these videos, I do see some not necessarily weirdness, but shimmering, like a little bit of pop-in type stuff. You could kind of see it if you really look at it. But overall, it looks really good if this is actually running on the Switch. But it does seem like, yeah, there's a few sacrifices from other consoles, obviously. So, okay, I have some concerns with this game. Typically, I'm the kind of person who, if I'm interested in a game, I just buy it, look forward to it, buy it, don't look at reviews type of thing. But this is one I feel like I'm going to have to watch reviews, hands-on reviews, before I actually put my money down for a game that came out 6 years ago that I have been kind of interested for on the Switch. I know there's been a lot of technical issues that they had to overcome to get this game running, but I got to see, how fluid is it? Is there a lot of dips type of thing? Because I'm going into this a little cautious, as I would imagine for a game that came out 6 years ago, launching on another console, now you would get the most complete package available, and that does not seem to be the case with this physical version or digital version of the game for the Switch. No Man's Sky Switch Edition will launch as a single-player experience. So that means no multiplayer. Maybe some of those updates that may not be included or updates that have to do with multiplayer. I'm not well-versed in what each and every update did, but it's supposed to have, continued development post-launch. From what I understand, multiplayer is going to be added later, but there's no roadmap at this time. For a game that came out 6 years ago, I can understand whatever, like the Leviathan update, whatever the most maybe just timing issues that can't be added. Maybe it had something to do with multiplayer. Like I said, I'm not 100% on all the updates that are available, so maybe some had to be skipped because there's no multiplayer here. I don't know, but why would multiplayer not be available from the get-go? And where's the information saying, okay, it's not available due to timing issues, but the end of October or the beginning of November type of thing? We don't see that yet. Maybe the closer we get to launch, they'll mention it. But I just wanted to bring this up because I don't think a lot of people know that this is not going to be multiplayer when it launches on the Switch. I like to buy these physical editions, and this is not going to be a complete package. It's a game that has always been updated type of thing, so there's always going to be that digital aspect to updating the files to the game. But I would have hoped all that stuff would have been on the Switch cartridge to begin with. Who even knows? Like, when it launches on the Switch, with the cartridge, you pop that thing in, there's like 20 gigs worth of updates. I don't know how they're going about it. But yeah, let me know if you're interested in this game, if knowing that, hey, it's not going to be multiplayer at launch is an issue. I know a lot of people like the game as a single-player experience. But yeah, I just wanted to bring this up because it just seems weird to me. A game that came out 6 years ago, relaunching on another console, and it doesn't have like what most people wanted from the get-go when the game was first hyped up, and they didn't deliver it, and then eventually they did. Now it's like, are we going back to 2016 with the Switch version? What's going on here? Appreciate you guys. Bye.